All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NAKD, Naked Brand Group. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor to be aware of the fact that we have a new ticker symbol to stay tuned for towards the end of this video. Now, for those of you that have been in this channel for the last couple of weeks, you may have remembered this one. We've talked about it 2 weeks ago, but we're going to retouch base on it, and a lot of subscribers and viewers have probably overlooked it, and especially the new investors that haven't had a chance to see it. Now we're going to talk about how it's moved upwards since we talked about it, the potential moving forward, and I look forward to seeing your guys' thoughts on this stock anyways towards the end of the video. If you're a first-time viewer coming across it, or if you are a subscriber or viewer that has already seen it in one of the previous videos and is now, doing your due diligence or research again, or if you already have, what have you found and how do you feel about the chart? So stay tuned till the end for more information on this ticker symbol that you want to add to your watch list. So NAKD had a run up, hit highs here, right, of 146, and now we're pulling down after the second high of 142, and it's just continuing to go in that fashion. So it pulls up and then it goes down, it pulls up, it goes down. When we look at it in a much more zoomed out perspective, it kind of looks like we're going in a subtle downward trend. Okay? Don't let this right here kind of fog your attention to the bigger picture, right? Because this looks like this was going back up, and this could probably, go back up, probably go in that direction. Now, a lot of investors want that to happen, and is that a possibility? I'm not going to take that possibility away from any outcomes moving forward, but the chart is pointing more in this direction than in any other direction that we see the whole entire chart reacting. Now, the lowest point that it reached was 75 cents, 74 cents, give or take, and then it started to bring itself back up, and now we're getting close to $1, and we're in tug-of-war zone here with the 50-day moving average and the current price. So more than ever, we need to watch this very carefully. And now, if it gets close back down to these lows, we really want to know how is it going to react once it gets around that area, if that starts to happen over time. And once it's around this area, will it consolidate there and run back up? Or is it going to hit newer lows and get deeper into bearish territory once that time comes in the near future, if the volatility continues in the downward direction, unless the bulls reappear and bring it back up? But the bigger picture is showing downward trend. Now, that's what I'm seeing here based off the chart. And also, you want to remember how the profit margins are of certain companies and why they're penny stocks. And then when you go to the technicals here based off of TradingView, some are saying buy for the 1 day, the 1 week, the 1 month. One of them is saying sell. One of them is saying buy. But when you look at it in the short term, there's a lot more neutral and strong sales showing, right? And the 1 day and the 1 week is showing buy. And the 1 month long term, there's more leaning towards sell than anything else in this whole entire analysis here that TradingView provides. So what does that mean for us as investors? Well, we have to do our due diligence and understand Naked Brand more than ever if you're invested in it or plan on investing in it, okay? Because this has been a penny stock for many, many years, okay? For a long time. And when I say many years, I'm talking about way back here. I want you guys to understand this stock had a split here at this point. Back in December of 2019, it was a 1 for 100. So for every 100 shares, right, they turned it into 1 share. So whatever's going on here, right, and all these numbers that you see here, this was a penny stock then, right? So it's very interesting that this is what's been going on with this stock for many years. It finally broke out, right, up to $3 and some change, and now it's falling back down very hard. And the question is, could this even hold itself up in the near future, right? Could this actually go ahead and make itself stay above $1 and pull up to newer highs? Like, what innovation have they done? What are they doing right now to make them so lucrative or attractive, right, to investors to stay, right, and to hold or to gain on positions moving forward? This is a very risky stock overall, and a lot of investors are probably going to say, hey, I have a different perspective, and I respect it. But overall, based off the history of this chart, the history of this company, and where it's at right now, very, very risky play. And could this hold itself up $1? That's the most important thing. Could it hold itself up? If it does, above $1, then there might be some possibilities of opportunity moving forward. But I find that to be a little bit difficult for this stock, especially in the direction that it's going now, and it's ending up in tug-of-war zone. So the resistance level here is 125. I want every single investor to be aware of that. That's the first one that needs to be broken through. But most importantly, up here, which was touched twice, 135, needs to be broken through, so this can significantly go up into bullish territory and start to use those two supports right there, right? Once they get broken through, to use it as a bounce and a catalyst to work its way upwards, right? Once the resistance levels are broken through, they're used as supports to pull upwards to newer highs. Now, the 50-day moving average is 115, and we're currently sitting at 116, give or take 114 in this 30-minute time frame. So it's like between the edge of bullish or bearish. So we're in tug-of-war zone here. Now, our support, which is the lowest point reached, is 111 in the day. And this is very important because if that gets broken through, we want to watch how quickly is it hitting newer lows and new support levels. And the next point is down here at 107. And then your next true support is way down here at 96 cents. That's already below $1. So we really want to watch these points of reference very carefully moving forward if it continues to pull down in the downward direction, and see if the bulls are trying to reappear, or could this stop itself from going any lower and the bulls reappear and bring themselves back up into bullish territory, breaking through these resistance levels and maintaining leverage in this slight recovery from the 75-74 cent range in the upward direction, and continue in momentum, even though it's very subtle, in the upward direction before it turns around back in the downward direction. Because the most important thing right now for Naked Brand Group is to stay above $1. I look forward to seeing how you guys feel about this and how you guys feel about this chart. Do you think this is going to stay above $1 and go upwards from there? And if you don't, how are you feeling right now? And what were your analysis or your understanding, right, from this chart and expectations moving forward? As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Stay tuned till the end, because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss, and you definitely want to see everything on how it's been moving and all the information and outlook on this company. Stay tuned. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is one that we touched base on previously a couple weeks ago. We're going to look at its chart and how it's been reacting, and also reiterate some information because there's been a lot of new subscribers that have probably missed this, and also viewers and subscribers that may have overlooked it, just trying to get all the information on obviously the charts that they were looking for, and they didn't have time to stay towards the end. I highly suggest, if you're coming across this part of the video today and it's your first time, or you do it sometimes but not frequently enough, because I do it every single day, I suggest staying till the end because there's a lot of information you won't want to miss. Now, yesterday's was a little bit longer than usual. I was trying to talk about different advice and different things on how I use charts and different parts of a stock to make a decision on why it might be something you want to add to your watch list. But the ticker symbol we're about to talk about is CLNE. Clean Energy Fuels Corporation. Now, this stock has so much room moving forward. We've talked about it. I mean, it's been growing. We've talked about the healthy consolidation. That's what each of these circles are. Obviously, the volatility of the market will always exist, but it's had its periods of consolidating and going to newer highs. And now we saw it kind of dip, right? After hitting a new high, we talked about it right here. I had circled here and I said, okay, we want to watch this if it's going to pull down, any lower, closer to $8, maybe $7, and then pull right back up. Well, that wasn't the case. It ran up right after, hit new highs, pulled back down, right, to around $10, and now we just ran back up again. So this is actually having trouble staying above $12 and staying around the $11 range, and then it falls back to 10 because we could see how it's been there since the beginning of January almost, right? And towards the end, starting February, it was back around the $10 mark. So it's been hanging around 10 and some change to 11 and some change. Now, it's back up, it hit new highs, and we want to see this consolidate up here so that this can start to have some effect of staying and holding itself up above $12, and then it can break out to newer highs and new resistance levels for the next catalyst or good news. But when we look at this chart overall, right, all it's been doing is going up. And I've talked about the potential this has moving forward throughout the year. Now, this is in the Clean Energy Fuels Corporation sector, right? I mean, the name literally says it all. A lot of people focus on fuel cell. A lot of people focus on Blink, right? A lot of people focus on Plug Power and SEB, right? All these different ones that are, making these runs. But sometimes we're overlooking others that are running as well, where there's so much more room, right, beyond this upward trend for a stock that's such a small market cap, right? Only $2 billion, and it's already at $12 and some change. And as this company continues to grow, the stock will continue to grow, as well as their profit margins, right? They finally became profitable in 2019, and for 2020, they've had some struggling, okay? I'm not going to lie, but there is potential going into 2021 to receive some funding and so forth. And also, as this becomes more of a norm and their innovation starts to be used as a regular type of system and way of using energy overall. So CLNE, you definitely want to have on your watch list. There's so much potential moving forward. Obviously, the volatility of the market will always exist, but when you look at this chart, it just keeps on pushing up to newer levels, and I can only imagine this continuing into the year and probably even the next coming years. So do your due diligence, do your research. I just wanted to touch base on this again. I look forward to seeing anyone's comments that has already watched the previous videos. And did you take a position? Did you do some research? And what did you find? And what's your understanding from what you found? So I look forward to hearing that from you guys. And for any first-time viewers and investors, how do you feel about this chart and this company overall? Thank you guys always for watching. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any position on any stocks that we talk about here. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on information and opportunities that the market is showing. And you guys have to do your own due diligence and research to make your own rational decisions as investors. So thank you once again, and let's make some money.